everyone. Welcome to Taste Different Gaming Appetizers. What are we talking about this time? Warcraft 2, 1, and 2. 1 and 2. 2 and 1. 1 and 2. Before we get started, make sure to like the video, subscribe if you're not already. Help us out. Do us a favor, hit that subscribe button and the bell notification to stay up to date with new videos that we do all the time. Let's get into this. So, Warcraft, which is a different game than World of Warcraft. Just so you know, just so you're aware, there are more than one Warcraft game out there. Warcraft 1 and 2 are set to be pulled from Good Old Games. But they, World of Warcraft, I'm going to do that a lot. Warcraft 1 and 2 got put into the preservation program that Good Old Games had enacted like a month ago, where they're preserving old games, updating them, making sure they work on newer devices and patching them and various things like that, right? And then Blizzard came in and said, "Nuh-uh, girlfriend, we're the only ones that can sell Warcraft." And so that's pretty much kind of how that happened. But anyway, so basically, like I said, Good Old Games announced that they starter pool of 100 games were part of this preservation program, such as Fallout New Vegas and Diablo, plus Diablo expansion Hellfire. And there was basically this preservation program is to receive support from the storefront and aim to ensure that they remain up to date and ready to run on current and future PC setups. Good Old Games suggested that it aims to gradually increase the amount of games it offers to support over the next few years. Awesome program. Highly kudos to Good Old Games for doing that. In a recent blog post, Good Old Games revealed that both classic Warcraft titles are scheduled to be delisted from GOG on December 13th at the publisher's request, meaning that Blizzard said, "Take them down. Only we can sell them. We can sell our shitty remastered versions to everyone." And then, so the news comes not long after Blizzard dropped their own remasters of Warcraft 1, Warcraft Orcs and Humans, and Warcraft 2 during the Warcraft 30th anniversary direct last month. Because, of course, we're incredibly proud of the work we've done on Warcraft 1 and 2, bringing them back to life after decades of unavailability, GOG wrote in a post. Through our efforts, we introduced several new features to both titles, including multiplayer support over LAN and enhanced graphical options like anti-aliasing and anisotropic filtering. It also added that the delisting isn't the end of the road when it comes to the storefront providing the support for the games. We're due to get, as part of the preservation program, announcing an extra wrinkle in the incentive, which is as follows. Once the game joins the program, we pledge to maintain its compatibility, even if it gets delisted from the store. This means that owners of these titles can still expect a seamless experience and tech support for those titles. This also considers potential changes in Windows OS that may impact games' playability. As Windows versions upgrade, it is usually harder to play older games. The cool thing about GOG is they make sure that, hey, Windows 12 or Windows 13 or whatever the hell comes out, that those games can still play on that stuff. So there you go. So here's what you got to do. If you want those games and you don't own them, go out to GOG and buy Warcraft 1 and 2 and tell Blizzard to go F themselves. All right, so let's go around and see what everybody else thinks. Let's go to Pat. I know he's a big Warcraft fan. Pat, what do you think of all this?
Yep, Blizzard does this occasionally, right? Remember when they had Vanilla WoW and they had all these groups that were doing, running Vanilla WoW servers and had memberships or they were free. And Blizzard decided, hey, you know what? Vanilla WoW is a good idea. Let's shut these guys down, send the cease and desist so we can republish it ourselves and charge players for it. And this just tracked, right? Because WoW released the Warcraft remastered battle chest, which came with 1, 2, and 3. It is $40. If you want to go get the Warcraft 1 and 2 bundle from Good Old Games, it's only $15. And because it's part of their game preservation thing, they will guarantee it will work on current hardware and future hardware. So that's what the Good Old Game preservation thing is all about. So it's always a good thing, right? So, it's a good deal to get from Good Old Games, and you're not going to lose access to it. So once this releases, once it's delisted, you'll still have access to it. And then because of the game preservation, they're basically guaranteeing that it is, as long as they're around and can support the program, they're going to guarantee that works on current hardware and future hardware, which is more of a guarantee than what Blizzard has, because Blizzard's just going to say, we're going to keep remastering this thing and we're going to charge you every time, those games have been out. And I like the Warcraft series. I mean, I played a lot of Warcraft. Probably 3 is my least favorite, just because it's that hero system. And I wasn't a fan of the hero system. I was more like, give me the good old,
or the
strategy.
upkeep system. I didn't care for the upkeep system.
Yeah. Either. It was, that they started doing all this toying, and that's probably why the Warcraft series died off, because it I don't know. I wasn't a fan of it. I just preferred hey, here's another strategy game, that they had before. Here's your resource. Here's your units, they're asymmetrical or symmetrical type games. And I like those. But when you start throwing in a little bit more management, and I didn't, the upkeep system was kind of a pain, but the hero system, in my opinion, was just, I don't like, screw this. I don't want this hero system. It gave a good little asymmetrical bump to the game, but to me, it was just another thing to manage that I didn't care about. So to me, you better get this if you don't have it before December the 13th, which, will this be out by then? Maybe you got a day or two after this episode comes out. So
it will be. It'll be out before the 13th. It'll be close.
Yeah, it'll be close.
Kind of close.
But yeah, you got to get it from Good Old Games before the 13th. And like I said, it's $15. That's not even a sale price, which I don't think it's going to go on sale right before they get rid of it. But the $15, you get 1 and 2, which are, they call it the BattleNet edition of Warcraft 2 and the Orcs and Humans Warcraft original. So definitely good games if you like those type of games, and with Good Old Games backing it on current and future hardware, to me, it's a no-brainer buy. I mean, I am sick and tired of remasters. Remasters is just a way for a company to put the least amount of effort into something and charge you again for it. Mind you, $40 for 3 super old games that they just took the turd, spit on it, polished it a little bit, and said, here you go, and guaranteed that it'll run on current hardware. That's really all they've done, because, upgrade some texture packs, ship it, and have all these people just, gobble it up. It's the most annoying thing. We live in an age of remasters. That's all any game company does anymore, is just remaster. If you're going to take the time to mess with your old shit, remake it. Just start from the ground up. Stop giving us the remaster garbage. I typically do not buy into remasters, because it's just, to me, they haven't done anything. They haven't done enough, especially to warrant a $40 price tag on something, Polish that turd all you want. I guarantee you the modding community has done it better. I guarantee you could probably go out there and find a Warcraft 1 and 2 mod that makes it look a hell of a lot better than the Blizzard remaster. So the modding community, in my opinion, does it better than most of the in-house developers, because they're trying to just pump it out the door as quick as possible for as cheap as possible. And the gaming community, the modding community specifically, does a lot of things out of love, and just like they love to play the game, and they're like, hey, I wish this looked a little bit better. Let me see what I can do with current stuff that's in the game. Let me polish it up, add some new texture packs myself, and pump it out the door. Because I guarantee even the Blizzard version, probably, it may look okay, but I guarantee the modding community will make it look even better. So, Shane, what do you think, man? Are you going to go out there and get the remastered Warcraft 1, 2, and 3? Because I'm with Nick. I keep wanting to call it, and probably have called it, World of Warcraft instead of just Warcraft.
Nope, no, not going to do it. That's pretty much it. I don't want to give them money to half-ass something and charge a full ass for. I love Good Old Games preservation. I mean, we've talked about it 1,000 times till we're blue in the face that games need to be preserved. It is too hard to play the games you loved growing up. Even our generational, or not generational, or just differences in ages. The games that even Nick grew up on, they're hard for him to get. Mine are damn near impossible. Sticks and rocks, they're hard to come by. So no,
they hurt people, so you gotta get rid of those.
That's
things.
That's true. Well, I used a soft stick. Yeah, it was made from a rubber tree, so it bounced a little bit when I cracked in the skull. But it's a pointless thing that Blizzard has done. And you guys are right. If I want to play something on PC specifically, an older game, I guarantee I'm going to find a mod that's probably going to do better than the most recent remaster. Everybody knows that that's ever watched. I'm what you call a Final Fantasy VIII fan. Their remastered one they came out with, HD graphics. Basically, they just spit on it, polished it, shoved it on a disc, and there you go. I love the game, and it does look better. It really does compared to the OG. But the modding community online did a better job by far. I mean, there's much better mods out there to make the game prettier and play differently and better and things like that. I don't need a $40 remaster of a 40-year-old game or however old that damn game is. I don't. And I'm getting more and more like that, where I'm more PC bound now for those things. You guys got me playing more PC games because I'm typically a console guy. But if I'm going to play an old game and I want to play it prettier, I can pretty well find a mod for it. The other day I was telling Nick I've started playing D, the game. And it's hard to look at. The original version's old. I mean, I'm playing it on Steam, and it really is. It's a classic, and you can definitely tell it's a classic. But I was looking around online, and there are a few mods even for that game that clean it up, that make the controls a little bit better because it's basically a point and click. You have to slowly turn to look at each corner of the room, kind of thing. And there's mods out there that make that type of game a little more tolerable for today's age, today's kids. My son, he couldn't get into it because he's 13, but I love the game, and I think it's a blast of a game. And mods make games like that more playable by the younger generation. So I would rather go that route for an old game like Warcraft 1 and Warcraft 2 and the other Warcraft that nobody apparently liked. I didn't play that one. So no, I think it's just a load of horse shit on Blizzard's part, just trying to squeak another quick buck. Who'd have guessed it from them? But I'm with Good Old Games. I would rather see them do what they do, and I'd like to see more on that 100-game list, though. I didn't look at it very well, but I'm not surprised or shocked by what Blizzard has done. So that's just par for the course with publishers and developers anymore. How can we screw our community?
Yep. And Resident Evil, the Resident Evils that came out on Good Old Games are part of that preservation list as well.
Nice.
But yeah, that's the thing I hate about like a company such as Blizzard, right? Like people wanted to play Warcraft 1 and 2, or people wanted to play Diablo, the original one. And Blizzard wasn't going to release it. So Good Old Games did, right? They released Diablo with its expansion and updated it and made it work on newer hardware. They did the same thing with Warcraft 1 and 2, and just recently with the first 3 Resident Evil games, right? The old classic ones there. And then you have a company that goes, oh, well, that did pretty well for them, like Blizzard, and then turns around and says, oh, here's ours, and stops selling it. And it's like, no, you weren't going to do it anyway until someone else did, and you saw the success it has, and now you're like, oh, we should have done that, right? And so it's like, yeah, go F yourself is what I have to say for that, right? Like, the nice thing about Good Old Games is, like I said, every game they sell on there will work on your, PC today. The preservation program is just to make sure that it does work or continue to work as years progress, right? But like, yeah, I mean, you can get newer games on there too, but I mainly use it to get older games that I really missed playing back in the day that I really want to play. And I had the original Diablo, and I still have it installed on Good Old Games, and I still pop it on occasionally and play through there and remember how freaking hard that game was. Because the butcher just kicked my ass the other night like 20 times in a row. And I'm like, I don't remember this guy being that hard. And he was, yes. So, and I was like, man, yeah. So like, there's a lot of games I have on Good Old Games that I've gotten sometimes for free because they do give away stuff, but I've also bought I bought all 3 Resident Evils when they came out with those 1, 2, and 3, the originals, and a whole bunch of other games. And they do support, like you guys said, mods on those games as well, so you can download mods and apply those to it. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, everybody can do what they want to do, but I would say if you're interested in these games, you don't own them already, go out to GOG, grab the bundle for $15. Because yeah, like Pat said, those might work now, but when Windows 13 comes out, who knows, right? But Good Old Games will make sure that they do work, still continue to work when Windows 13 comes out. Whereas Blizzard, they're just going to turn around and sell you another copy of it, right? The Windows 13 copy, because their old one doesn't work anymore on there, right? That's how those big corporations are. Whereas Good Old Games is a big corporation as well. That's it's they're a big company as well, I should say. They're the people that the Witcher guys, that CDPR or whatever it is, that company. But yeah, I think they're really doing a really good service here with the Good Old Games, and there's a lot of cool games on there. So, if you're a PC gamer and you don't have Good Old Games, I don't know why. I mean, I think, everyone hates launchers on their system, but I bet you there's at least 3 launchers that everyone probably has, which is Steam, Epic, and Good Old Games. That's probably the 3 that people mainly have and probably keep installed. Other ones they might have because they want to play a certain game like Assassin's Creed, so they have to install the Ubisoft launcher, or an EA game, they have to install the EA launcher. But otherwise, those are the 3 that they probably most commonly use, because they want to play games on those, and they have free stuff to give away and things like that. So I know for me that that's my case. Those are the 3 that I pretty much use religiously, is those 3 launchers. I'd rather have it all in one place, but it's just not that way. So anywho, you guys got anything else you want to add to this?
We need to partner. We need to partner with all 3 of them and create a singular launcher that can launch all of them within our own launcher.
One launcher to rule them all. We'll name it Legolas.
It'll be our unification client. You just download our client, and then you can install Steam into it. You can install Good Old Games, and you can install Epic into it.
But it doesn't open up. It doesn't open up an additional launcher to launch it.
Launches it inside
natively within
our wrapper.
Launcher.
Yes.
Yep.
And that way that we can just say download one launcher and you can get all of them. And then we'll talk to Ubisoft and Epic. Right. We'll talk to them guys and just get their launcher in there too. So you can just download the one and we'll wrap it with a wrapper.
Right. Well, I mean, Rockstar even has a launcher.
What you said though makes absolute sense. Partnerships. That's what they should be doing. All these people and these these small groups of people making mods to make these games better and awesome and all that. Partner with them. Let them help you make money. But they don't do it. It doesn't make a goddamn bit of sense.
They don't share.
It's free freaking labor. So I don't know, but that's all I got, Nick. Damn it.
Okay. Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know what GOG does, but it sounds like they try. Again, I don't know. I don't know if they work with the community a lot, with modding communities and stuff like that, or they have a lot of modders that do it, because it seems like a lot of the stuff they do would consist of what the modding community would do, right, to preserve these titles, which is a lot of big corporations typically won't do. So, but again, I don't know. I don't know the intricacies.
Well, I mean, they post mods on their site. You can go to like GOG and they have the whole modding community with mods. Like I'll use a perfect example: Fallout London. They host Fallout London stuff on their website, on their site. So you go to there if you have the Fallout game, and you can download the full replacement mod Fallout London. So
right. So I mean, there you go. It's they make cool games. The Witcher is a cool game, and they have a cool launcher that has a lot of old titles in there. It's probably the best place to grab Dragon Age Origins, the best Dragon Age. If you don't already own that game, but it's a lot of those old games, right? Because some of those old games, I don't know if anybody out there, but if you ever tried to play an old game on a newer PC, it is difficult. You usually have to download mods or various things to get it to actually work. And it's nice to have a place like GOG that has a preservation program that it makes sure that that game is going to function on the device you have. So that's awesome, because it's a pain in the ass when you want to play an old game and you have to go like search online for a mod on some weird website. And you're like, I don't know if this is a virus or if this is the mod I need. And then read instructions on how to put it in and get it working.
Insert
mods can be a
credit
pain.
card.
Mods can sometimes be a pain. And sometimes they're super simple. Sometimes they can be a pain. So it just depends. But,
yeah,
all
when
right.
they force you to go to like GitHub and you're like,
Yeah.
and you're like, okay, let me read through here and make sure I grab the right extractables and this stuff. And you're
like, I don't know, I'll try. But yeah, it's a cool, like I said, it's a cool thing. And if you don't have them, I mean, it's your own money. You buy it wherever you want to, but I would suggest buying it from Good Old Games. It's a lot cheaper too. So.
Yep.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for watching. Again, like the video, subscribe if you're not already. Helps out. Do us a favor. Go over to GOG and grab some good old games. Other than that, we'll talk to you later.
See ya.